Draft night, arguably the biggest moment of a young man's life up to that point. All the late nights and countless hours of work to meticulously perfect his craft. I know I'd be celebrating, putting on my best attire, and waiting anxiously to hear my name get called by the commissioner. However, not everyone chooses to celebrate this way. Just ask Nikola Jokic. So how did he choose to spend his draft night, you ask? Sleeping. Yes. Nikola Jokic literally slept through the draft, waking only once after his brother called to let him know that he had been drafted. Immediately after, he fell back asleep. It's stories like these that make us love the Serbian jokester, whose unique personality makes him one of the most beloved players in the league today. So the question is, how exactly did Jokic go from being an obese Serbian teenager with a passion for horse racing to an MVP caliber center on a top Western Conference squad? Nikola Jokic grew up in the city of Sombor, Serbia, with his two brothers, parents, and grandmother. He was quite poor growing up, sharing a cramped two-bedroom apartment with his family members. While you may think that this is the part where we talk about Jokic's passion for basketball from a young age, it's not. In fact, Jokic had interests in areas that most kids have never even heard of. He loved horse racing, which was a passion that he shared with his grandfather and dad. Jokic raced as an amateur and nearly gave up basketball to pursue his dreams of becoming a professional horse racer. However, in the end, he decided to give basketball a shot with guidance from his older siblings, both of whom played at the collegiate professional level. Deeming from his status as one of the best all-around players in today's league, you'd think that Jokic was an athletic specimen as a child. Wrong. Jokic was actually quite chubby as a kid. In fact, he was considered to be obese, fueled by his horrendous junk food habits. He admitted that he used to have a Coca-Cola addiction, drinking upwards of 4 liters per day. That's literally an entire gallon of soda every day as a child. Despite his large size and unhealthy eating habits, Jokic brought something special to the court that made professional teams interested in his potential. By the time he was 16 years of age, Jokic was preparing to sign his first professional contract with Mega Vizura, a professional team located in Belgrade, Serbia. Jokic displayed a unique skill set of passing, scoring, and defense on the court, working his way up to the top team by 2013. From there, he only got better, becoming one of the best players in the Adriatic League while molding himself into a legitimate NBA prospect. His 2013-14 season caught the eyes of several NBA teams, although it was a wild card as to where he would be drafted. Some felt that he was a fringe first-round prospect, while others felt he was worthy of a second-round selection. The Denver Nuggets made Jokic the 41st overall selection, which hardly bothered the Serbian as he was sleeping during the entire process. He elected to stay another season overseas to improve upon his skills, claiming the 2014 Adriatic League MVP en route to being named the ABA's top prospect. He finished the season averaging around 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game, showing off his uncanny skills for a big man.
15 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block in that time.
Jokic arrived at the NBA Summer League in tip-top physical shape, ready to battle the NBA's best and become the future cornerstone of the franchise. Just kidding. Jokic was in such poor physical shape that he couldn't even do a single push-up. Yes, one push-up, people. Evidently, doing push-ups isn't part of the pre-draft process. Hey, that's not the end of the world, because at least he was on a clean diet, having given up Coca-Cola on his first flight to Denver. Wrong. As legend has it, according to a Nuggets front office executive, Jokic kicked off his summer league stay by downing an entire gallon of ice cream in front of team officials. At that point, I wouldn't even be upset. I'd just be amazed at how someone could even do that. Jokic put up solid numbers during his first season, earning all rookie honors and finishing third in Rookie of the Year voting. He shared minutes next to fellow 2014 draft pick Jusuf Nurkic, complementing the Bosnian beast quite well throughout the season. Nurkic, like Jokic, was another international big who the Nuggets traded for in the first round in hopes that he would become their franchise cornerstone. Jokic, on the other hand, was considered a wild card as second-round pick, a wild card who would one day pay off in a very big way. When I think of Nikola Jokic, one thing comes to mind: jack of all trades. Back down a big and score under the basket? Check. Sling a one-handed pass 94 feet to an open teammate? Check.
Baseball pass, Murray, he's got it, and he puts it away!
Facilitate the offense in a half-court setting? Check. Hit the somber shuffle over 7-footers? Check.
Jokic in the lane, stumbling!
The question is, what can't this guy do? His unique skill set allows the Nuggets to run their entire offense through him, which is something that only few players have ever been capable of. He has such an unorthodox style that you have no idea what will come next until it already happens. Jokic has already redefined what it means to be an NBA star. In a league filled with Zion Williamsons and LeBron James, who will run you over with their massive muscular frames, Jokic takes a different approach. He utilizes crafty footwork, quarterback-esque arm strength, and a high arcing drop shot to burn defenders, and it works every time. Like literally every time.
Timeout left, chance at the last shot. Jokic a chance to tie it. Oh! Jokic!
Jokic's second season saw him show increased flashes of stardom, earning a starting spot next to Nurkic with averages of 16.7 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game. He recorded his first triple-double with 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists on February 3, 2017. And with that, a star was officially born. Signing a 5-year, $148 million extension in the summer of 2018.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
All Jokic has done is lead the Nuggets to the Western Conference Finals, earn all NBA honors, and be the likely MVP of the 2020-2021 season. Needless to say, Jokic was a wild card that paid off, but he's been more than that. Without him, the Nuggets are probably a lottery team, floating near the fringe of playoff contention without a superstar to lead their charge. As good as Jamal Murray has been for the Nuggets, Jokic is still the alpha on this team, and always will be. He can truly do it all for this Nuggets team, and when he has an off night, the team usually does well. Nikola has been well worth every penny on his contract, showing steady improvement with each coming season. As they say, steady wins the race, and Nikola is certainly winning right now. So what has been the key to his ascension? Clearly, cutting the junk foods and soda helped. No matter how hard you try, it's pretty tough to maintain peak performance on a diet consisting of sugary drinks and fast foods. The biggest questions surrounding Jokic during the pre-draft process were his athleticism and weight. By modifying his diet and adding muscle, he's now able to orchestrate fast breaks and run up and down the court with the league's quickest big men. He's utilized his improved ball handling skills and elite vision to set up teammates, while maximizing his frame to shield defenders and score efficiently in the paint. Throw in his ability to shoot from anywhere on the court, and you've got a recipe for a superstar that Denver fans call the Joker. Whether you're a Nuggets fan or not, it's pretty tough to say that Nikola Jokic hasn't put his fingerprints all over the NBA. Considering that he was the fattest kid in class growing up, I bet very few of his classmates ever thought that he would be one of the NBA's biggest stars a decade later. Jokic's unorthodox style arrived at the perfect time in an era where the traditional big men of old were becoming extinct. With each full court pass and somber shuffle, if you still don't know what that is, just look it up, teams will only search harder to find the next Nikola Jokic. However, you can't replace everything. And what makes Nikola so unique isn't even what he does on the court, it's what he does off of it. How many NBA stars do you know that race horses? Or were once obese and resembled nothing of a future NBA star as a teenager? Or crack jokes with the charming yet suspicious smile Jokic has? The answer, no one, because there's only one Joker in the NBA.
Skip.